You know, the thing that hurts me the most is that I have to watch the NBA Finals and they have world champion on their head. World champion of what? The United States? Don't get me wrong. I love the U.S. at times, but that ain't the world. That is not the world. We are the world. We have almost every country out here fighting, thriving, putting on their flag to show that they are represented.
Well, folks, the U.S. men's national basketball team had a bit of a stumble at the 2023 FIBA Basketball World Cup in Manila. No medal this time. But hey, don't dust off the America's Best at Cornhole banners just yet. Redemption is in the air as they eye the 2024 Paris Olympics. The mission? Snag that 5th consecutive Olympic gold medal. And let me tell you, this isn't just a bunch of guys who can dunk in their backyard hoops. We're talking about a roster bursting with 12 NBA All-Stars, 7 NBA champions, and 4 NBA MVPs. It's like assembling the Avengers, but with more alley-oops and fewer Ks. But why this Avengers-like squad? Well, after Team USA's 7th place finish in the 2019 World Cup, it became clear that the rest of the world has caught up to NBA talent. Recent MVPs like Jokic, Giannis, and Doncic, who arguably should have won this year, have shown that international players are no joke. And with rising stars like Wemby set to be a game changer for France, who beat Team USA in 2019, it was time for the US to bring out the big guns. A key figure for Team USA in their pursuit of gold is none other than Phoenix Suns All-Star Kevin Durant. KD isn't just a scoring machine. He's the USA men's basketball all-time leading Olympic scorer with a jaw-dropping 435 points. This will be his 4th Olympic outing, and he's got his sights set on making history. If Team USA takes gold in Paris, Durant will be the first male basketball player to snag 4 Olympic gold medals. Imagine needing a separate trophy case just for your Olympic hardware. Not too shabby, right? So while they may have had a hiccup in Manila, the road to Paris is paved with nothing but gold aspirations. Grab your popcorn, folks. This redemption arc is going to be a slam dunk. Los Angeles Lakers star LeBron James is making his 4th Olympic appearance, which means he's practically an Olympic veteran at this point. Meanwhile, Golden State Warriors star Stephen Curry is stepping onto the Olympic stage for the first time. Better late than never, right? So who made the cut for the 2024 Paris Olympics? Drumroll please. Here's the star-studded lineup for Team USA. USA Basketball men's national team managing director Grant Hill, a gold medalist himself from the 1996 Summer Olympics in Atlanta, selected the roster. With a combined 10 Olympic gold medals already in their pockets, these players are bringing the bling to Paris. Anthony Davis from the Los Angeles Lakers, a 2-time Olympian. Anthony Edwards from the Minnesota Timberwolves, making his 1st Olympic appearance. Bam Adebayo from the Miami Heat, a 2-time Olympian. Devin Booker from the Phoenix Suns, also a 2-time Olympian. Jason Tatum from the Boston Celtics, another 2-time Olympian. Joel Embiid from the Philadelphia 76ers, making his 1st Olympic appearance. Drew Holiday from the Boston Celtics, a 2-time Olympian. Kawhi Leonard from the Los Angeles Clippers, making his 1st Olympic appearance. Kevin Durant from the Phoenix Suns, making his 4th Olympic appearance. LeBron James from the Los Angeles Lakers, also on his 4th Olympic run. Stephen Curry from the Golden State Warriors, making his 1st Olympic appearance. Tyrese Halliburton from the Indiana Pacers, making his 1st Olympic appearance. Kevin Durant is aiming for his 4th gold medal, which would make him the first male basketball player to win 4 golds. LeBron James is also on his 4th Olympic run, and let's be real, he's practically got a VIP suite at the Olympics by now. So gear up for Paris, where the stakes are high, the stars are bright, and the quest for gold is on. This team is ready to bring home the glory, and maybe pick up a few more gold medals to add to their impressive collection. LeBron James is making his grand return to the Olympic stage 8 years after helping Team USA snag gold in Rio 2016. It's like the ultimate comeback tour, only instead of a rock star, we get the king of basketball himself. LeBron's Olympic resume is pretty blingy. Not only did he snag gold in Rio, but he also helped the team bring home the top prize in London 2020. Add that to his 4 NBA championships, and you've got a guy who's more decorated than a Christmas tree. So brace yourselves, because King James is back and ready to reign supreme on the international stage once again. Now, let's talk about the masterminds behind the scenes. Steve Kerr, the head coach of the Golden State Warriors, will serve as the head coach of the 2024 USA men's national team. He'll be bringing his winning touch to the international stage. And if you're wondering if he can handle it, just remember those NBA championship rings. Joining him as assistant coaches are Mark Few from Gonzaga, Tyronn Lue from the Los Angeles Clippers, and Eric Spoelstra from the Miami Heat. With these coaching heavyweights at the helm, the team is poised for a glorious run in Paris. Did you know that the USA men's basketball team is like the Michael Phelps of Olympic hoops? Since the first time they hit the hardwood in 1936, they've been absolute ballers, racking up a whopping 19 Olympic medals. That's 16 golds, 1 silver, because, hey, no one's perfect, and 2 bronzes. Better than nothing, I guess. Their trophy case is so blinged out, it probably needs its own zip code. The US squad pulled off a spectacular four-peat by snagging their 4th consecutive gold at the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. It's as if they just can't resist bringing home shiny souvenirs from their trips abroad. So buckle up and get your popcorn ready, because Team USA basketball is on a mission. Despite a setback in Manila, they're primed and pumped for the 2024 Paris Olympics, aiming to add another golden chapter to their storied legacy. With Kevin Durant and a roster stacked with NBA royalty, redemption is in the air. Will they bring home that 5th consecutive Olympic gold? Stay tuned, because this journey promises to be nothing short of epic. Get ready to witness history in the making on the hardwoods of Paris.
The Canadian men's senior national basketball team is gearing up for their Parisian adventure, and they've just revealed their dream team. With the opening ceremonies of the 2024 Olympic Games just around the corner, the excitement is palpable. Canada Basketball has dropped the official training camp roster, set to gather in Toronto, and it's brimming with NBA star power. This year's lineup includes a mix of seasoned veterans and promising newcomers, each bringing a unique flair to the court. Leading the charge, we have familiar names like RJ Barrett from the Raptors and Andrew Wiggins from the Warriors, both ready to bring their A-game. Joining them are standout talents such as Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Jamal Murray, whose performances have been turning heads in the NBA. The roster also features international players like Kyle Alexander from Hapoel Tel Aviv and Melvin Agium from Unicaja, adding a touch of global experience. Notably absent from the roster are veterans Tristan Thompson and Corey Joseph. Their absence is a bit like showing up to a party and realizing your 2 best friends aren't there. Whether they've got other plans or it's a strategic move by Canada Basketball, their experience will be missed. However, this doesn't dampen the excitement around the team. The inclusion of young talents like Zach Edey, a 2024 NBA draft prospect, and the Scrub brothers, Phil and Thomas, who have been making waves overseas, shows that the future of Canadian basketball is in good hands. With this powerhouse roster, Canada is not just showing up to the Olympics, they're aiming to dominate. The mix of NBA stars and international players creates a versatile and dynamic team ready to take on the world in Paris. Well, Canada's got some tough decisions ahead with their basketball squad. They've invited Benedict Mathurin and Shaedon Sharpe to the camp, but these poor fellas won't be showing off their skills at the Olympics because of injuries. Talk about bad timing. Maybe they can still bring the team snacks or something. Anyway, the Canadian team's got to whittle down their roster from 20 to 12 before heading to Paris. It's like trying to decide which sneakers to wear when you've got a closet full of them. Agonizing choices ahead. The men's basketball scene at the Paris Olympics is shaping up to be a showdown of epic proportions, like an all-you-can-eat buffet for basketball fans. You've got the usual suspects like the USA, reigning champs with more gold than a pirate's treasure chest. Then there's France, the silver medalists from Tokyo 2020, and hosting this shindig, they're looking to defend their home turf with gusto. Germany's also in the mix, fresh off their World Cup victory, ready to prove they're not just about sausages and autobahns. But wait, who's this sneaky contender slipping into the conversation? It's Canada, eh? Now, historically speaking, Canada's basketball record at the Olympics is about as sparse as a Diet Cola, just 1 silver way back in 1936, and then a long hiatus until Sydney 2000. But hold on to your hockey sticks because things have changed. At the FIBA World Cup, they snagged a shiny bronze, proving they've got game. Now, armed with a squad full of NBA heavyweights, Team Canada is looking like a real contender. They've got the talent, the momentum, and probably a few maple syrup-fueled strategies up their sleeves. So, don't be surprised if you see the maple leaf flying high on the podium in Paris. After all, in basketball, anything can happen. Even Canada making a run for gold. Talk about a blast from the past. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was just a toddler the last time Canada hit the hardwood at the Olympics. Back in 2000, they were led by the legendary Steve Nash, rocking the court down under in Sydney. Nash was like the conductor of a basketball symphony, with his passes weaving magic all over the court. But let's be real. Nash's squad from back then wouldn't exactly strike fear into today's competition. Besides Nash himself, only one other guy, Todd McCulloch, was repping the NBA. The rest? They were balling out in Europe and South America, which is cool, but not quite the same as facing off against the NBA's best. Fast forward to now, and Canada's packing some serious heat. After snagging bronze at the World Cup, they've assembled a squad loaded with NBA talent. Guys like Gilgeous-Alexander are ready to take on the world, not just show up for the snacks. It's like comparing a dial-up modem to 5G. There's no contest. Talk about a comeback story. Canada's basketball journey since Sydney 2000 has been like a roller coaster with more dips than a fondue party. They missed out on the Olympics 5 times and barely made a splash at the World Cup, finishing somewhere between ouch and ouch again. But then 2023 rolls around, and suddenly Canada's back on the map in a big way. It's like they found a genie in a basketball-shaped lamp or something. When the World Cup roster dropped, 7 out of 12 players were NBA hotshots, second only to Australia and the USA. Leading the charge was none other than Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the pride of Toronto and a legit NBA stud. I mean, this guy's been tearing it up on the court, pulling in all-star nods and landing on the All-NBA first team. In 2023, he was dropping buckets like they were hot potatoes, averaging over 30 points a game. And let's not forget his World Cup heroics, beating France, taking down Spain, and even slaying the USA in the bronze medal match with a double-double performance that had fans losing their maple syrup. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander isn't just making waves, he's causing a tsunami in Canadian basketball. After snagging Canada's first ever World Cup medal and securing a spot at Paris 2024, he's got every reason to feel like he's making history. And he's not just talking the talk, he's walking the walkover in the NBA playoffs, leading the Oklahoma City Thunder like a maestro in a playoff symphony. Standing tall at 6'6", Gilgeous-Alexander isn't just a basketball player, he's a force of nature. His stats from the 2023-24 season read like something out of a basketball fantasy league. 30.1 points per game, 2.00 steals per game, and enough highlight reel plays to fill a blockbuster movie. No wonder he's a 2-time All-Star and in the running for MVP. This guy's got game. But it's not just about him. Gilgeous-Alexander's success is a testament to the resurgence of Canadian hoops. With a squad that's more stacked than a Canadian Thanksgiving dinner table, he's got backup that can hold their own against any team out there. And you better believe they're ready to show the world what they're made of in Paris. So, to sum it up, Canada's got a basketball prodigy in Gilgeous-Alexander, and he's leading a squad that's hungry for more than just poutine. Paris better watch out, because Canada's coming for that gold. And they've got the talent and the determination to make it happen. Team Canada is stacking up like a Canadian mountain range when it comes to basketball talent, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander isn't flying solo on this journey. Sure, he's a superstar in his own right, but he's got a squad around him that's as formidable as a hockey team on ice. Take Lou Dort, for instance. This guy's made a name for himself as a defensive juggernaut in the NBA. In Game 1 against the Mavericks, he put the clamps on Luka Doncic, holding him to his lowest playoff output in ages. That's like shutting down a fireworks show with a fire extinguisher. Impressive stuff. Then there's RJ Barrett, a scoring machine who's been making waves since his FIBA Under-19 World Cup MVP days. He's the kind of player who can drop buckets in his sleep and snag rebounds like it's a hobby. And let's not forget about Dylan Brooks, a defensive ace who's been locking down opponents left and right. He's got the hardware to prove it, earning all defensive team honors and being named the top defender at the World Cup. Defense wins championships, right? But wait, there's more. Canada's bench is deeper than Lake Ontario. With names like Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Dwight Powell, Kelly Olynyk, and a slew of other NBA talents in the mix, they've got options galore. And don't even get me started on Jamal Murray and Andrew Wiggins, NBA champions who add a serious dose of experience and firepower to the mix. And then there's Zach Edey, a towering figure who's been dominating both internationally and in college ball. Standing at 7'4", he's a force to be reckoned with in the paint and a potential top pick in the NBA draft. Choosing the final 12 for Paris 2024? That's going to be tougher than finding a moose in the Rockies. But one thing's crystal clear. Team Canada isn't heading to the Olympics just to wave maple leaf flags. They've got their sights set on the top prize, gold. And with this lineup, they've got a darn good shot at bringing it home. Get ready, world. Canada's coming for you. Okay, so no. Let's talk about Australia for a moment, especially since they're in the same Olympic basketball group as Canada. The Boomers made quite the splash at Tokyo 2020 by snagging a historic medal in men's basketball, marking the first time a nation outside the Americas and Europe achieved such a feat. It was like crashing an exclusive club and walking out with a shiny prize. However, their journey took an unexpected turn at the FIBA World Cup, where they stumbled in the group stage. Despite this setback, Australia managed to finish 10th overall, securing their spot at the Paris 2024 Olympics as the top-ranked team from Oceania. It's a bit like finishing a marathon and still getting a medal because, well, they showed up when it counted. Now, looking at their preliminary squad for Paris, it's packed with seasoned NBA veterans like Patty Mills, Matthew Dellavedova, and Joe Ingles. These guys bring a combined 33 years of NBA experience to the court, along with championship rings and a wealth of international basketball know-how. But it's not just about the old guard. Australia's also banking on rising stars like Josh Giddey and Dyson Daniels to inject youthful energy and talent into their lineup. Giddey's already making waves in the NBA with his playmaking abilities, while Daniels is a defensive powerhouse ready to lock down the opposition. Together, this blend of experience and fresh talent makes Australia a formidable opponent in Group A alongside Canada. They may not have the glitzy star power of some other basketball giants, but they've got grit, determination, and a hunger for Olympic success. Get ready for some intense matchups because the Boomers are ready to bring their A game to Paris and beyond.